name is Gayle Sigurdson, and I'm the lifelong recreation programmer. I've been in Parks and Recreation for 5.5 years. As the lifelong program coordinator, what I do is design programs and trips for the schedules and the interests of people who are 50 and older, but the classes are open to anyone 18 and older, and partly because recreation and leisure interests are one of the things that sometimes don't change your whole life from childhood through retirement. And having 18-year-olds and 70-year-olds in the same program, that interplay between the generations really changes the quality of the group. I think the favorite part of my job is seeing the impact that it has on the participants' lives. And a few easy examples are when somebody comes up to me and says they just got back from vacation with their kids and grandkids, and they went hiking and they didn't miss anything, and it's because of the fitness classes that keep them strong enough to do that. An unexpected pleasure has been when people come up to me and they're retired and they say, you know, a thing I've always wanted to do, or the passion that I have that I couldn't do when I was working. And they have an idea for a program and they're ready to be the instructor, and they share that passion with other people, and it's just contagious. I'll walk into Hy-Vee and there's 20 people from one of my classes all having coffee together because it's so-and-so's birthday and they've been in the same class for 20 years. And you see that community building around something that's as basic as a fitness class, and that's just really rewarding. I would say one of the most satisfying things about my job is changing people's idea of what Parks and Recreation is. Most folks think it's fitness and sports, and of course, leisure is so much more than that. You know, we've had stargazing classes and ukulele classes and film appreciation. So I don't know about a best memory, but I have a most recent memory. And that was on a trip out to Waterville, Kansas, which is west of here. And part of our day was going to be a railroad ride in an open car through this beautiful area and over the river. And the forecast was for snow. And so we bundled up and we went out on the bus, and I had a plan B just in case, you know. We all decided as a group we could handle the cold, but if it was snowing, we weren't going to do this. And it was 37 degrees and we could have gone to the museum, but everybody's like, no, we're going to do this. And pulled on hats, wrapped scarves, we put quilts over our laps, and all the formality fell away. And it just became this group of people having a great time on a very cold, windy train ride. Granny basketball was a new sport to Kansas, and they wanted to get started here. I had never heard of it, but I helped them get set up with the gymnasium and everything. And so at that first day, I'm just listening to these women, and they're telling stories about their experience with basketball and how a lot of them weren't allowed to play because it wasn't feminine and their parents wouldn't support them. And I was just so impressed with their stories and their commitment to the sport that I thought, I want to hang out with these women. So I started playing granny basketball, first time I've ever been in a sport in my life, and it's been a real pleasure. It's taking off. Lawrence, Kansas hosted the national tournament last year with a record number of teams, and there are now 9 teams in Kansas with more forming, so it's really taken off. Another thing that's happened with granny basketball is, of course, I have to practice shooting, and so it's become my stress relief for the advantage of having your office across the hall from a gymnasium is when you need to blow off some steam, you go shoot hoops. I've worked in a lot of different settings over 40 years, and it's really made me happy to circle back to Lawrence Parks and Recreation at this stage because of the variety of programs and the variety of people that we serve.